Edison takes pride in having been a newspaper man. He likes to talk of the days when, as a boy, he edited and reprinted the Grand Trunk Herald.
I was a newsboy on the train, and I believe it is the only newspaper that has ever been published on a newspaper train. I ran it for more than a year, and by virtue of it, I am now a member of the New York Press Club. The worst copy of the newspaper reports I ever handled was that of George Bloss of the Cincinnati Enquirer. I was telegraph operator at Cincinnati at the time. He was editor of the Enquirer, and his copy sometimes came into the office. I remember one piece which none of us could translate, and we sent it back to the Enquirer office and had them copy it for us. It was worse writing than that of Horace Greeley, and I remember that we tacked a piece of it upon the wall of the telegraph office and left a standing offer below it of $10 to the first man who could decipher 10 lines of it. The money was never reclaimed.
Ha ha! Such a thing will never happen when newspaper reporters turn in their copy on the phonograph.
No, it will not. The phonograph and the telephone are now considerably used in newspaper work, and we may have newspaper phonographs in the future. And newspaper pictures may be sent from one part of the country to the other by electricity.
Will it ever be possible, Mr. Edison, to take the page of a newspaper as set up in New York and telegraph such a photograph of it to the other great cities of the country?
Yes, that could be done, though I don't know whether it would be profitable. And the day may also come when a man sitting at a typesetting machine in New York may, by tapping the keys of a typewriter, set up the press dispatches by means of similar machines in every newspaper office of the United States. There is no doubt but that this could be done now. And when we have perfect typesetting machines, our press telegraphers can do the setting up of their own dispatches.
Before I left, I looked at Mr. Edison's street railroad upon which he is working.
The car and track are in the yard surrounding my laboratory, and the invention is ready for use. It is intended for large cities, which will not permit the use of the overhead wire. It will be much cheaper than the cable, but will be more expensive than the trolley system, and it may be used on a regular railroad as well as on a streetcar. Its locomotive will have 1,000 horsepower, and it will take up the electricity from a rail which runs along through the center of the track and between the two rails on which the cars move. It will not be expensive to put down, and the streets will not have to be torn up as they are for the cable.
This remark concluded our interview, and after a walk with Mr. Edison through his laboratory, I drove to the station past Llewellyn Park, where Mr. Edison has one of the most beautiful country residences in New Jersey. Here, simple and unpretentious, he lives comfortably with his family, devoting most of his time to his life work of invention. His greatest happiness, he tells me, comes from his work. And among millionaires of today, his life stands out as a lesson for the young men of the future.